What's going on, everybody? Tommy C here. Shop from the Point breaking news. The headline is this: PewDiePie backtracks. He says he's no longer going to send $50K to the ADL, otherwise known as the Anti-Defamation League. This is Twitter right now is exploding. This is a really big deal. Let's bring this back just a little bit. In a video just a couple days ago, I think it was on the 10th exactly, Poots put out a video and inexplicably said that he was going to donate to the ADL without any explanation whatsoever. Of course, the ADL is not well liked by the YouTube community at large, actually advocating to deplatform Poots himself. And we didn't cover this yesterday, so I'll cover it now. So Poots puts out a statement that I think made things even worse, at least as far as people that are not happy with the ADL, which is it's a ton. It's a ton. He writes this: misrepresenting headlines of me has led me down the path of twist with MSM for years now. Previously, it hadn't bothered me much. I know I am. But after the Christchurch travesty a few months ago, my own clash with MSN was manipulated as a tool for destruction. I'm not okay with the situation any longer, and I felt responsibility to make changes. After making a donation to the ADL doesn't make sense to everyone, especially since they've outright spoken out against me. I want to show publicly that I can move past it and move on. I think it's important. This just isn't my fight anymore, and that statement made people insane. I mean, I can't say everybody. I noticed some left-leaning folks in my timeline that were just, oh, this is wonderful. This is absolutely great. And it felt like to me, it felt like a tap out. It felt like a guy to me that just is been sick of being called the N-word, and I'm not referring to the African-American N-word. I'm talking about the other N-word, the N-word for white people. Excuse me, I'm very excited. That he just cracked. He's like, I'm gonna give you $50K, and I'm just done. I'm finished. He has mentioned in the past, after the Christchurch shooting, that he was going to move away from edgy content. So this seemed to be the ADL has become, they weren't always, they're just a far left identity politics special interest group. They're not what they claim to be. They're not fighting bigotry at all fronts. They're simply picking on Pewds and prioritizing Pewds because he's one of the biggest entertainers on the planet. It's just that simple. And the context of the joke that happened a couple of years ago with the Fiverr guys was to show how wacky Fiverr is. You could pay an Israeli guys that work for an Israeli company anything, and they'll do something crazy like the death to all Jews joke. And remember, that happened in 2016, and it wasn't brought up until the Wall Street Journal. Now, it doesn't pay to support far left special interest group. This came out on September 11th, under 24 hours after he said he was going to donate the $50K. ADL reports no sign of $50K. Hey, where's my money? Hey, give me my money. You want some peace? You don't want me to call you a Nat? Hey! I hope that doesn't get picked up. Cough up the cash. That's what it felt like to a lot of people. Yeah, you can't buy these guys off anyway. 50K wouldn't have been, $1 million wouldn't have been enough for the ADL. Not $1 million. Any of these organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center, the ADL, they're special interest groups, their identity politics, they're about deplatforming, intimidating, and extorting in this manner. Well, if I flip a couple cash. So people felt that there was a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there, but I'll be perfectly honest with you, after seeing this, you might come to that conclusion reasonably. Well, it's all changed now. It's all changed now. Pewds has put out a statement. He says he's no longer doing it, and I'm going to let him speak for himself. Here we go.
Celebrated 100 million subscribers. It was a video I was really excited about. I talked about my journey from going to 0 to 100 million subscribers. It did have a brand attachment to it, which maybe wasn't the most fitting place, but it was a cool product, so I thought it wouldn't matter. When we were planning the collaboration, we thought it would be nice to donate to a charity as a way to celebrate. I made the mistake of...
Why not Christchurch? You know, they're not a charity. They're a political organization. They're a lobby group. Special interest. I don't know. He really did drop the ball on this.
Of picking a charity that I was advised instead of picking a charity that I'm personally passionate about, which is 100% my fault. Usually when I pick a charity, I take my time. I find a charity that I'm really excited about and actually passionate to donate to. So when I uploaded the video talking about the charity, it was very brief and people could tell something was off. The whole internet just didn't believe it. Like, why is he donating to this charity? Look at his face. Full conspiracy mode. It was very interesting to watch that unfold. To be fair, I saw it as an opportunity to put an end to these alt-right claims that has been thrown against me. It wasn't to try...
It wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. Not with an organization like the ADL. It wouldn't have. You know, I mentioned yesterday about reaching out, bringing an olive branch out. That's what Pewds was trying to do, be the bigger man. And I think this proves it. But that's never going to happen. Not 24 hours later, when they didn't send his money. He's punking out. Well, he really did punk out this time. And I got to be honest with you, I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. When I see stuff like this, it isn't my fight anymore. And, you know, this guy is like a hero to so many that do this job for a living. It's just defeating. I did a stream on Mixer, and everybody was just like, oh, we lost one, man. You know? So, but I do. I think this guy's a sincere dude. It's a little tough to swallow that he didn't know. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Look, Pewds is not above criticism. It's a little tough that he didn't know. And you also have to, let's get my tinfoil going. Maybe he donated the ADL because it was more than suggested by the company. Was it Honey Pot or whatever it is? Whatever they were working with. Or maybe he just didn't think about it. Who knows? And maybe he thought, maybe they'll just, you know, stop saying I'm all right. Because of the way I look. You ever think of that? You ever think of that? We're looking at somebody's features and saying they're all right. I do wonder about that sometimes. I do wonder. Let's let him continue.
Try and clear my name or save grace. If it was, I would have done it years ago. But after the Christchurch tragedy, I felt a responsibility to do something about it because it's no longer just about me. It affected other people in a way, and I'm not okay with that. I've struggled to figure out how to do that, but this was not the right way to go about it. I knew it wasn't perfect, but I also didn't know a lot of things that surfaced throughout this whole thing about the charity that doesn't fit at all. So I understand why people had concerns about it. And these are things that I would have known myself if I had just taken my time. This whole thing was planned during my wedding and the honeymoon, and 100 million was coming up as well, so it was all very...
Let me stick up for all you guys that are not married. The weeks prior to the marriage are insane. All right? This could be an excuse, it could be BS, but look, I'm an expert. I got married twice, all right? So it's really crazy before you get married. Something can get lost in the sauce, especially at work. So I generally believe him. I generally believe him.
Very rushed. It really doesn't feel genuine for me to proceed with a donation at this point, and I instead wanted to actually take my time, keep the intent that I had, but just doing it with the right charity and doing it properly. So I just wanted to make that clear. I'm sorry for all the confusion, and I'm sorry for messing this up. That's what I do. Let's get on with the video.
He's a master at apologies. YouTube without apologies. A master. Now, I am a connoisseur of really bad apologies. Pewds never delivers. Never delivers. Suggestion for a charity. Suggestion for a charity. The families that were killed in that mosque. I think that would be absolutely the best idea. Let's go right to the source with this stuff. That's one of the things I liked about the 9/11 charities back, 18 years ago. It went right to the source. Went to mom and dad of the lost son. It went to the kids that lost their mom. That's who it is, and I think that'd be the best way to do it. If I just have to stick my nose in this, you want to know more opinions because there's a lot more to talk about. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tommy stays. I forgot the name. I'm just so excited. SFTP. It's a different channel. We'll be going over this and a lot more. apparently Weastoner needs your help after he brigaded somebody else, and he's getting brigaded now too. All right? So come sub Tommy C's SFTP if you haven't already, and check us out. We're going to be doing Pewds, Weastoner. Tipster got kicked off a platform that he was promoting for free speech reasons. And he got kicked off for saying stuff about Gamergate. And he used the R word too much. So whatever. See you around. Peace.